Season 1 North American Championships of VRML Echo Arena, featuring the high chemistry Kangarillas versus the controlled chaos that is Team Joker in a masterclass clash of titans. Opening up this best of 5, it's the best of dives from Jaywalker, the midfield menace, and then Kong, stacked with Skinny for the undercut and cleanup. Other side, it's Strem with a stack, jack, and hammer. Right back, laying the foundation. But steal or no steal, that's the name of the game here as both teams jostle for position. Eventually, Kong recovers and sends a zipper of a shot and hits it through the wickets of the thickets of Kango defenders. Final minute, Joker up by a few and ending the round the same way they began. Jaywalker the midfield steal, then Kong stacked with Skinny, who stepped up big as a start time substitute for Ryan 8, being assisted on a dunking pirouette as the sun sets on round 1. Round 2, it's Kong on an island with the SOS, save on shot. Then SOS, stun on Strem, following that amazing catch, then using him as an anchor to dive in for the score. Round 2 becomes a series of 2-point trades, but for a team like the Kangarillas, it's less of a trade and more like a bargain, always at home in the 2-point zone. Every Kang player gets at least 1 goal and 1 assist in this round, and with 30 seconds left in a tie, it's Strembitsky uncontested down the floor thanks to stuns from Loveridge and Mad, enabling the shot fake, the make as Kang takes round 2 by 2. In round 3, no shocker, it's Jaywalker, again in the midfield with a Joker card up his sleeve with the no hesitation slap shot. But then Strembitsky slaps back with a laser guide and laser focus, shooting through the always tense defense from Dash. If that wasn't crazy enough, now it turns into madness. It's a show-stopping, shot-stopping clinic from Mad. There's strike 1, strike 2, strike 3, all struck out by Mad in a 1-minute span. I've got no explanation, only exclamation, and Sealable Bag, a fan of Mad no doubt, fans the flames some more with a 2-point score. But never one to be left out, Strembitsky picks the pocket and then converts some loose change, another tunnel shot, and Strem was hot in this series. With Joker down by 3 and only seconds remaining, a crucial leech and stun from Mad puts a halt to any attempt. Let it be known the orange zone is now the realm of the Mad God. With Kangarillas up 2-1 on the series and pressing into a pivotal 4th round, Strembitsky continues his tunnel vision with a tunnel shots. Then Sealable Bag comes in with the stealable grab to clean up the next. Then welcome back to Mad TV, it's Mad showing the in-goal improv with a double dose of dense defense. And then Loveridge comes in here on the 3rd. But breaking through the firewall, guess who? It's Ryan 8, returning onto the Team Joker roster for this round with the Anchor 3. 2/3 through the round and Kangarillas up by 4. Loveridge goes for the pick and the punch, but Jaywalker shields it. Disc bounces off his head fast, followed by the steadfast shot to cut Kangarillas' lead to 1. Then in the final minute of the round, it's Dash excelling for the big steal and assist to Ryan. Mad stunned out by Kong, and this ends up deadlocking the series at 2 apiece. So it all comes down to a decisive 5th round, and in the search for the ring, it's the return of the Kang. A deep cut from Loveridge to draw first blood. But then, it's the return of the Kong. King Kong, going primal on offense with goal after goal, giving Kangarillas no breaks, then putting on his brakes on this play. It's Joker's wild, and Ryan loves it. Love hits you when you least expect it though, but then there's Kong with a behind-the-back no-look fling to Ryan and Dash securing the goal. Team Joker up by 6 nearing the final minute, but then Sealable Bag forcing a critical turnover, maybe a glimmer of hope. It's Loveridge, an original Kangarillas member from 2017 with the 2020 vision on the assist. It's a 4-point game, but time is dwindling. It's Team Joker. After their 2-year rise to prominence, with the Royal Flush. Once the Jokers, and now the Kings, and your Echo Arena champions of North America here in Season 1 of VRML.
Good afternoon and good evening, Jackson Jills, and welcome to another exciting matchup of Echo Arena, presented by VRML. And man, oh boy, do we have an exciting one for you tonight. We have Synapse there, versus I am being goofy, Illuminati, preseason champions Illuminati, now with Wit. But in the studio tonight, I am SirDimwi, co-casted with by CaptainCanada, Palidore on the cameras tonight. Captain, how are you doing? How are you feeling about this matchup here?
Oh, Dimwi, I am feeling great about this matchup. Yeah, very exciting with the new roster of Illuminati, with Wit coming in that spot there, and also seeing Synapse back. With who just picked up Chrome. It's gonna be a fun match to watch, definitely, with these two juggernauts, and I can't wait to see what they have to put out.
Yeah, and also notable, Rosie Hope will be playing tonight in place of Andy W. Zach W will also be in tonight. XXX.com. Oh no, that's the. Oh no. All right, we're gonna redo that one. X.com is in previously. YT.com, and of course Chrome, and that's your Synapse lineup. And then over there on Illuminati, you've got Speedy B as CaptainCanada noted. Wit is now on the roster, replacing Ender, followed up with Suburban Legend and QL Young. These are both rosters of some very, very notable, recognizable names. A lot of them very well known around the community. QL Young, of course, responsible for the what do we call it? The Mumble server, the Mumble server and plugin that a lot of the, at least a lot of the Rift users currently use and have been using for a while. Yeah, and Chrome, a new addition there to Synapse. In my mind, one of the best players in the game. So I'm very curious to see how he's going to play. And team's readying up here, but yeah, very excited for this matchup.
Yeah, definitely. And just taking a look back at the previous matchups of these teams is, in the last 3 times these teams have seen each other, Synapse has taken it twice. So hopefully, maybe we can see a reversal in Illuminati now, taking it from Synapse, maybe.
All right, so that is Synapse in orange on the left, Illuminati in blue on the right, and Illuminati getting a quick win on that joust. They have 3 players black taking the shot, and that's QL Young off the headbutt from Speedy V, putting that one in for the 2 in 6 seconds. We have our first 2 points on the board.
Yeah, wow, just, immediately putting on the pressure. Illuminati just, a force to be reckoned with, and just putting it a show on.
So this is going to be Synapse with that joust advantage, going to be handled now by X.com, sending that one to that left tube, hitting Chrome Platypus very quickly, forwarding that one up, but right there into the hands of Gio Young. The good read on that cross pass there. Intended target was Rosie Hope. So now that one's going to get sent back into the Synapse zone, handled there by Wit. Wit going to cross pass that one to Speedy. Speedy going down to the floor, hitting Suburban Legend. Look for that cut pass, but a good read there by Chrome. Just going to send that one away.
Yeah, great read from Chrome. As you can see, he saw that pass coming in from a mile away, but we do see Zach W cutting in the ball. Oh, and just going off the top pocket. He just misses it, but it is going to get picked up by the defender in Speedy V to get a clear off to his teammate Suburban, who's going to try to move it up the center of the field here. It's going to get into the hands of Witt, who's going to back it off, take the pressure off. But no, a Suburban Legend going to be pushing it up the field in the hands of Speedy V, looking for his teammates. Oh, it's going to get stolen by Chrome, and Chrome is going to look to clear it all the way down.
And it will be Illuminati getting there first on that clear attempt. Looks like Chains held up in the backfield, conceded that one. Now getting stunned out there as two Chains collide right at the bow tie block, which is going to allow Speedy V to move up through that far side tube. Going to juke out the Chains, send that one in deep, but unfortunately no one there to collect on that. So it's going to be .com, his teammate getting the grab on that one, sending that one back towards mid, and yeah, clearing that one out. Another clear back into the Illuminati zone by Synapse. Synapse going to need the speed for this one. Do they have it? They might just. Who's going to get there first? That is Rosio taking that shot and put it in. And that's first points on the board there for Synapse, tying this one up just over 3 minutes in, 2-2.
Yeah, that back line, showing its carrying its weight, I should say, in this Synapse team, showing that they can keep the Illuminati tied up as they just give their team a whole lot of time in front of the enemy net. And we do see Kill Young taking the disc for his team. Oh, but a big steal coming out from Zach W. Gonna go for a shot. A big three-pointer coming out from Zach W. from an amazing read off the QB. Amazing reading skills from Zach W.
Yeah, that was a ridiculous shot there. It looked to be about 25, 30 meters out, that one. I would guess about 25 meters out. And yeah, beautiful shot there from Zach W, sending that one in, now handled again by QL Young. And up until that point, I really wanted to comment on just how smoothly Illuminati had been cycling the disc through mid. Their passes were really on point and just really good reads by Synapse's defense. But Chrome going to get the grab on that one, send this one deep into that bubble. Who's going to get the first? Race is on. That's going to be Zach W. Ooh. Picking it up behind the goal, sending it in on a nice light hook shot. Good for the two, and that's going to put Synapse up by 5 here, 7-2.
Yeah, and like you were saying, Illuminati was definitely controlling the majority of the game, but Synapse just jumping on the misplays by Illuminati, and hopefully they can clean it up and maybe get another couple points on the board. As we do see an errant pass off a stun, going to go into the Synapse 3-point, but it is going to get taken back by Speedy V, and Speedy V is going to be passing it up to Witt. Witt looking for his teammate in Suburban Legend, but not going to quite get there. It is going to get slapped out by .com.
So with Andy W in the chat, I'm going to have to ask him, Rosie Hope looking for that empty net, but doesn't hit it, goes wide. And now handled by Zach. Zach taking the shot, but Suburban Legend going to get that grab and send that one away. And I was about to ask about the Synapse defense, because we noticed that defense, the role it played in that 2-round victory over Team Joker in the postseason. And now also seeing how effective that defense is in reading Illuminati. I mean, they're doing an incredible job of stuffing Illuminati in the defensive zone. Speaking of Illuminati, QL picking that one up, has a couple cross-pass options, but just going to miss the mark and bounce out into the hands of Chrome there.
Yeah, and we can see that, the defense of Synapse, just getting those reads in the three-pointer and maybe some errant. Oh, my. Yes. Zach W showing us time and time again that he can hit those shots every time.
For anybody watching at home, if you're wondering, yes, that was intentional. What a shot there. 47 meters out from Zach W. I mean, yeah, that's that wall shot. I don't think I've ever hit that one on purpose. Oh my. Zach W again, interception with an open three. He's going to pop that one in from about 11, 12 meters out. And yeah, that's going to put Synapse up here by 11. And I don't know if I don't know if we expected either team to really be able to run the score up like this. But wow, Synapse just doing an amazing job here.
Yeah, I mean, time like we said, Zach W. I don't know. He might have a book on Illuminati. Maybe he's watched the VRML games, knows the plays, but as we've seen, he can just be a force to be reckoned with.
Andy
There's
W-
going to be an
Sorry, go ahead.
there's going to be an air clear into the Illuminati line. Going to be picked up by Rosie Hope. Going to be cleared into Zach W's hands again. You know, like Zach W loves to sit right above the goal. You know, just giving that little bit of the blind spot towards the goalie, and putting his team up 15-2.
Yeah, that is certainly one of Zach's favorite perches. And I was just going to say, Andy W, send me your strats, your team strats, because I want to know what you guys are doing on defense back there desperately. But now QL Young going to send this one up to Wit. Wit going to send this one across to QL. So a little give and go right back to Wit, to Suburban Legend, who's going to try to open up some space there. Sends that one back to QL. QL has a player on the goal and bounces it off of that post. And then what a grab there by Rosie Hope, who's going to send that one away all the way down through mid and maybe get a good bounce here possibly.
Yes, and is going to get picked up by Suburban Legend with a quick boost back. He does have his teammate in Speedy V. They're going to slowly move up the field. He has space and time. Now, this is great by Illuminati, taking the time when they have it. But Rosie just stuffing Suburban, and Zach W getting a clear off into the Illuminati end. Is going to be race to the disc, though. Is going to be picked up by .com. Maybe an errant pass to Chrome. And retaining the disc and be passing it over to his teammate in Zach W, who's going to back pass it to Rosie. Rosie taking her time, looking for her options. She's going to be passing it over to Zach W. Zach W maybe looking to push forward here. Just an errant pass going over to Chrome. Going to be picked up by Illuminati, and Speedy V trying to clear it. Doesn't quite get there. Second attempt does go all the way through. The stack of Illuminati going to try to get to the disc here, and Wit going to be putting in 2 points to try to crawl back into the game.
Yeah, that was a great play there by Illuminati, getting that clear down, and then the stack was ready to go, and they get there first. Just under 2 minutes to go here, 11-point game. Not out of it yet is Illuminati. They still have an opportunity here if they can score a few more in quick succession. It's now Synapse with that disc. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh yeah, definitely. Just these teams definitely very, very good at scoring. So this game is definitely not in the bag quite yet. There is a moment here if Illuminati Illuminati can get some points up, that they might be able to bring it back, but it does look like Synapse is controlling it in the Illuminati end, so they might just be buying time, maybe picking their spot perfectly here, as Chrome maybe trying to look for a cut pass. Doesn't quite get there, as Illuminati is going to cut off all of those cut passes as they try to get the disc back here. And we do see .com just backing it out, maybe getting it back to his teammate in Zach W. Zach W going for the cross pass to Rosie, but not quite finding its mark, as it does get picked up by Wit for the clear. Going to be a race to the disc now, as Synapse does pick it up, but Illuminati going to try to pressure the pass. Not going to quite get through is the clear, but it will be picked up by Rosie Hope. Rosie going for the long shot. Does she get it? Oh, just wide and low. Going to be retained, though, by the team of Synapse in .com. .com going to be passing it over to his teammate. He's going to get picked up by Zach W. 30 seconds remaining. Maybe going to try to push it into the bubble once more in the team of Synapse. Looking for a pass in Zach W. But the team of Illuminati not wanting to get the last score on them. Maybe going to get the score on on Synapse. But it is going to get slapped out.
So yeah, with 5 seconds to go, this one's going to get slapped out by Wit. Wit's going to send this back into the Illuminati, I believe that was .com getting the slap on that, getting it back into the Illuminati zone. But that'll be it for round one. Synapse taking this one 15-4. And what a performance there from Synapse. And again, I'm interested in looking at the stats. So of course, Zach W absolutely popping off, pulling out 13 points there in round one. And what's really interesting, he is the only player in the round to get more than one goal here, as it's going to be 2 points there to Rosie Hope, 2 points to Wit, and 2 points to QL Young. Speedy V pulling up 2 assists, Chrome with 3 assists, and then a couple saves. Not very many saves, although I swear I saw a few more than that. And then it looks like who's missing on the board there? That is so we got Wit, Suburban Legend, Speedy V, QL Young. For some reason, cut off on the board there. QL is pulling up 2 points. on the board there for what's missing on the cast for whatever reason. But yeah, what a first round there for Synapse.
Yeah, that's this round is Zach W. Zach W. pulling it in away from his first team. He almost every single joust advantage that the Illuminati had, Zach W. was able to read the pass off QB and steal it, make those long shots, and you can see it in the scoring line with Zach W. being the only one who's being able to score more than one goal. But as we see, Chrome being able to make those plays with his 3 assists, and hopefully we can see more from Illuminati in this round.
Yeah, an opportunity here. QL walking that one in 1-on-2, but he's gonna get stunned out, and Rosie Hope gets a grab on that one, gonna send the one up to Zach. Zach's gonna try to clear that one out through that right too. And there's my map. Crum looking at an empty net though, gonna take that shot, and that one's gonna bounce off of the barrier and all the way out. Now 2-on-1. Now just a 1. That there's Suburban Legend getting the grab and turning it around for Illuminati.
Yeah, this is going to be passed over to Wit as maybe trying to get a push into bubble, but he's going to get stunned, but does get in the hands of Suburban Legend. Suburban Legend going to back it out to his teammate in Speedy V. Speedy V moving up the bottom of the field here. Going to be passing into Suburban Legend for a cut pass to QL Young. Just textbook passing here, moving around the defense and finding the hole. QL Young putting his team up 2 in the first round.
44 seconds in. Yeah, we are now 1 minute in. Yeah, second round there. And QL Young, what a beautiful play there by Illuminati. So it's going to be Synapse with that joust advantage. .com manning the QB position, setting that one up to Rosie Hope. Rosie Hope going to back it back out to .com as that coverage there. And look at that read by was that Suburban Legend trying to send that one up, but it misses the hands of the teammate. It was going to bounce out wide, but still with the advantage here is Illuminati, at least for a moment, although now it is Synapse getting back to their bubble. But a QL cutting in, looking for that play, but that's not going to happen. So they're going to back this one out and look for another opportunity here on offense.
Yeah, maybe trying to pull out a defender as they go for another cut pass, but just going to miss the hands of Speedy V. As going to be a foot race to the disc here, as it does get picked up by Chrome going for the clear. It does look like it's going to get retained by Speedy V though. And Speedy V maybe looking for a back pass. Now he's going to go over to his teammate in Suburban Legend, who's going to get stunned, and the disc can get picked up by Zach W. Zach W passing it to Rosie. Rosie, it is going to get intercepted by Suburban Legend that goes for the clear.
And now Zach alone, they're trying to get a hand on that, but Speedy V is ultimately going to come away with it for that one up to QL Young. QL Young taking some time, looking for some space, hits that cross pass. What a save there by .com on that attempt there from, I believe that was Suburban Legend behind the goal. And that one gets cleared all the way down into the Illuminati zone. Opportunity there, Zach W, 18 meters out, sends that one in for the 3. And that's Synapse's first goal in round 2. Gonna put them up by 1 here with just over 7 to go.
Yeah, and Dimwi, as you as a goalie and me can know, getting that save and then clearing it for your teammate to score is the best feeling in the world. That was an amazing showing from .com. Wow.
Yeah, that was absolutely phenomenal. It's definitely one that makes you feel good. And another good play there. .com gets a grab on that one. Good read, sends it all the way down, but it will be Illuminati getting there first. That is QL Young handling that one with Speedy V coming on the near side here for that pass. Now Witt trying to get a boost off of Speedy, and then both of them moving up, getting that one forwarded up to Suburban Legend. Burb's going to slow it down here, though. He potential one-on-one against the goalie. Going to go ahead and pass that one back there to QL. QL going to go up to Witt. Witt now going to make some space, maybe an opportunity here for Illuminati. Going to back that one up there to QL. QL moving in, going to go for the shot, and no, stuffed by Zach W. He's going to clear that one away.
Yeah, and we did, as QL Young was coming in there, his teammate in Suburban Legend did stun out the goalie, so maybe he was looking for a cheeky shot on goal, but the disc is going to get picked up by Rosie Hope, maybe going for a pass down to Chrome, going for the cut pass, Zach W. Oh! Zach W. going for the slap in goal, and it does look like it was grabbed by the goalie and maybe pulled into net. Wow, just an unfortunate turn of events for the team of Illuminati and a quick break for the team of Synapse.
You know what? So I'm watching that replay, That was Witt coming in hot, and I guess he was looking to grab a body, instead grabbed the disc and pushed it in himself. So that was not even a goalie slip up. That was Witt just grabbing the wrong object. But an opportunity there. Suburbs trying to get the second chance on that initial shot there by that was QL Young. Can't get it in. And now an opportunity here. Rosie going to walk this one in and plants it off of the face of Speedy V. And that's going to be good for another 2. And that's going to put Synapse up by 5, just over 5 to go.
Yeah, and as we've seen time and time again, both Zaki brothers, or both W brothers, pardon me, being able to take those positions in goal and make the saves that matter. And Zach W making a save and being able to clear it down to make his team up by another 2 points.
And a good forced turnover there by Rosie Hope. Going to get this one sent down in the hands of Zach, and Zach is going to hit that one. Doesn't matter what angle it's at. He hits it from 8 meters out. That's an 8-meter 2, the rare 8-meter 2, but good enough to put them up by 7 now. Yeah,
you hate to see it. Good rule of thumb for the 3-point bubble is that it's 8 meters, but there are points in it that, it might just go a little bit further or a little bit shallower in the distance there. But as we do see the disc getting cleared by .com, is going to get retained by QL Young, going to be clearing it, hopefully for his teammate to grab it. Witt just missing the disc. .com going to be slapping it away and picking up his Chrome. Maybe looking for a cheeky little pass here for Zach W. Zach W going for a shot here. Oh, just off the backboard. Oh, and Witt coming in last minute to slap it out of the hands of Rosie Hope, as it does get retained by Chrome. Going over to .com, maybe looking for another back pass over to Zach W. Gonna get cut into the bubble by Rosie, maybe looking for his teammate. Yes, she does. Gets the pass off to Chrome to put their team up 11-2 in the second round with 3 minutes and 40 seconds remaining.
Yeah, what a play there, Rosie to Chrome right in front of the goal there for the alley-oop. And now it will be Illuminati with the Joust advantage. 3:30 left in the period. 11-10 favor of Synapse. And so, Illuminati is going to need to start scoring soon if they want to stay in this one to force that round 3 of Speedy V. You got to walk this one in slowly. Go off the backboard. And, oh, man, that dinger there just off the post. Not quite in. It's not what they were looking for, obviously. And now this one going to get sent out. Chrome looking at an empty net. Chrome liable to take that shot, but no, it mishandles it. So now it's going to be an offensive opportunity attack on the bubble here for Synapse.
Yeah, and Zach W. Spinorama into the goal. Yes, he does. That's a 3-meter 2 from Zach W. And yeah, just maybe off of a fumble of the disc in tunnel, gets the pass off Chrome and into the bubble. Getting a pass is Zach W. He just makes a cheeky little spin move to get another 2. But yeah, Illuminati maybe got to put on the pressure here, as they did in the opening seconds of the round, to try to get themselves in the lead. They did show that they can control the game multiple times, and they just got to capitalize on it.
Yeah, they're definitely a team that can capitalize. I mean, we are talking about the preseason champions, and now Rosie maybe playing a little clock management here as she slows that one down, looks for that pass over to Zach, but a good break up there by Illuminati, sending this one all the way down, but Zach W is there first to get that grab, going to send that one to that right tube, but good read there by Speedy, getting that grab, and now an opportunity here for Illuminati on offense, potentially, as although an unfortunate bounce there, and Rosie up doing some good disruption, and that's going to give her teammate time to get the grab on that, and now an opportunity, Zach taking that shot, but what a save! Speedy V on the chain end is able to get that grab. Wow.
Yeah, a very well-timed turn from Speedy V to be able to save that disc. But we do have an opportunity here, as Witt's going to grab the disc. He has a teammate in bubble. They are just getting set up. Is Synapse, but a big cut from Suburban Legend gets his team on the board for another 2 points. And, 10 points in a minute and 15 seconds, not unheard of. So, if Illuminati puts on the Jets right now, they definitely could pull this back.
Yes, that's 1 minute for 9, but that's a 3-goal difference there, and that's with all threes. Now, maybe an opportunity here. Witt gonna send this one in, sends it up to Speedy. Speedy gonna take a shot, and that's good for the 2 there. It only took him 9 seconds. If they can keep doing that, very possible they could get there, but they gotta be quick, and they're definitely gonna need. Well, it doesn't matter now if they get a 3 or not. Still 3 goals away here. We might just be running out of time.
Yeah, it does look like it's getting to that point in the game where it's just too big of a hill to climb. But we knowing Illuminati is they're gonna fight their way, and if you're gonna win, you're gonna be fighting for it.
So now with 25 seconds to go, Synapse looking for another opportunity. Zach from that perch above the goal. I'm pretty sure that was a really common spot for Lemming, Palidore's old teammate. I remember he scored on me from that position quite a few times when I faced off against Lemming. But Zach hitting that one, good for the 2. That's going to put Synapse back up again by 9. And with only 3 seconds to go, that's going to be it. Round 2 in the hands of Synapse. So Synapse is going to take Illuminati in their first matchup of the season in 2 here with 15-6 in round 2.
XX.com just hadn't saved so many other shots. I think we did done better.
But yeah, definitely very exciting match. We like to see these matches of these Druggernauts, these the top teams of last season or preseason, and can't wait till they fight again.
Absolutely, it was absolutely a phenomenal matchup there between those 2 teams. Yeah, game high points there to Zach with 22, and still again, I mean, looking over everything, 2 goals, 1 goal apiece to everybody except for .com is holding up that back line. And also notable, Wit actually getting 5 points on the board. Unfortunately, 2 of them, getting 4 points on the board. Unfortunately, 2 of them for the other team, and of course, I'm only doing that because I miss his casting and I miss his camera work, and I hope to see you again soon, Wit. But anyway, so that was it. That was Synapse versus Illuminati. We do have another cast to go to right quick. It'll probably be over there on VRML 2. That's going to be Invictus versus Ambush. So join us over there in just a few moments, or at least join me over there in just a few moments. So thank you for joining us here on VRML 1. Start. Oh, I'm sorry. Heatwave and Galaxy is going to be here on 1 in just a few moments. I apologize. So thank you very much for joining us for this one here. That was Synapse versus Illuminati. I've been SirDimwi. That was CaptainCanada and Palidore on the cams. And this has been VRML. Thank you very much. Have a good evening.
Alright, hello everybody, welcome back to the stream. It's Palidore here for VRML. This is Season 2, this is Week 1, this is Day 2, 3, something like that. I don't know, the days get all lost these days, but point is, we've got ourselves more matches along the way, and coming at you right now is Heatwave versus Galaxy, following that exciting match between Illuminati and Synapse. Over on VRML Channel 2, SirDimwi is also streaming. So you have your options. On Channel 2 is a match between Invictus and Ambush. There you go. So you got your options, but for those on this channel, thank you for joining me. So hello to everyone there. See, hi Tony. Hi, Tony and Minimum Wage Matt. Fontac as well, Dark, Game Dev, and a lot of people hopping in. Whoosh as well. Saw a lot of activity in that last stream. It was good to see. Also, now I'm reminded I owe Lanzan a shout out for the Tier 1 sub earlier. 5 months, I believe. I forgot to call it out on the stream this afternoon. So, there you go. I covered my bases, but thank you very much for that from Lanzan. Now, don't mind the oddly frozen screen there. I promise that's meant to happen. No, it's not. Yeah, I don't know. Weird things happening this week. My free cam controls, for instance, just randomly decided it doesn't want to cooperate. So, hence why the camera work was a little bit different than you were used to last time around. Hopefully it wasn't too terrible of an experience. And if it was, well, sorry. That's all I can offer. But I'm glad you guys joined us here today. I see VTS King also in the chat. Always a pleasure. And love right back at Game Dev Travi. Welcome to the stream again. How many times have I said that the last minute? I gotta find new ways to stall. This is not working. But teams have been pinged, so we're waiting on them to finish up here. We do have several matches scheduled on Scream. Yeah, just to give you a little insight into how I'm feeling right now because of my cameras. But on stream today, we got ourselves several matches still yet to come. After this one, we have at the top of the hour 4 Angie Men versus Absolute Unit, and that'll be streamed here on this channel as well. Provided the match ends in time, we'll also be looking to stream Space Monkeys versus Resolute, but that's dependent on, again, timing, so I couldn't really make guarantees on that one, except that we'll try. Now, with that said, we've got the match ready to start now, so here we go. Now, also on that note, though, following a little bit later on, we still have the another matchup too. Redshift and Anomaly. It's going to be exciting, no doubt, as this Joust goes out. And we'll be following Redshift to face off against Space Force, it does seem. So, hey. But alright, here we are. The match has begun. The shot is off, and right back to the back line, the mid line, where it's taken over here by Sydney. Now, Sydney looking towards Nest, a little bit strong on the pass, but will be retained by Furcar. Furcar going right down the middle, and only going to be intercepted, though, by K-Pop. So, it will be taken on the other end now. Actually, off the bounce, might just come back to their direction as Furcar takes it over. And right back down the middle. It will go. Top of the ceiling now. All alone here for the recovery is going to be Kip Up, and Kip Up will just gauge the situation here, trying to pass towards a tunnel, unable to find anything going there. Now, of course, for Galaxy, as anyone here who's been around, they know from last season, one of the cooler stories of the league, as they're going to go for a shot there, but just taken out. We'll see if they have another chance at a grab there. Will be just right outside the bubble. But so... yeah, Galaxy, yeah, they're a team who really stuck through it from the beginning to the end of the season and came together as a team and started winning more and more as the season went on, especially the last several weeks, and had themselves some nice success as they go for a shot right there to do it just again. So a nice hit there from Furcar to get that first score on the team here, on his team here for Galaxy. Alright, so on the launch, be taken by Sydney. Sydney, the immediate pass over to the attempted catch from the teammate, but just ricocheting backwards into the midst of Furcar temporarily. Furcar, of course, pretty pretty dominant just midfield player. He's very good with getting the steals and the brawls off constantly. Knife Rich here trying to dive on in and go for the goal. It's Knife cutting in, and there's 4 points now for his team. See the law dash in there saying Captain Canada should cast Nitro versus Wireless Jax. I think Captain is going to get some food, hence me being here and Dimwi being elsewhere and you guys being there. I don't know how that has to do with anything, but it's a factor, I guess. Furcar, he's a factor. He's going to take this disc over, just try to evade the defense. Oh, look at the clever moves and gets the goal off of him. So showing the handles, and he loves it. Not to be confused for love handles, but I do love those handles. All right, that was one too many. Hi, Tony, saying the carry. Well, he certainly carried it into the disc. Into the goal. What has happened to me today? Over here will be taken by Sydney. Immediately on that clear again, so being pressured pretty hard and unable to really get a lot of the rollouts to go the way that they want them to. Just the speed coming in from Galaxy, and maybe going to buy themselves another goal. There it goes for Carr yet again. It's 8 points for him. And Galaxy, of course. But yeah, 6 out of the 8 points coming in from Furcar. All right, back into it. Let's see if they can manage a different rollout here. I think that's just where they're struggling a little bit. Is getting those anchored positions and trying to find, the stable rollout that we could see from a lot of the teams. And it's one of those things that comes with time, of course. But one of the big tips, of course, we always generally give, and it's good to see on those rollouts, is just have, if nothing else, designated spots to go to, those anchor spots, so you're not really maneuvering on the fly constantly and doing improv, makes it a bit easier there. But, of course, one of those things that comes with time, and Galaxy is a team who knows that just as much as any team. The fact that, week 1 isn't always going to go your way if you're a new team or new to the league. But sticking with it, I mean, they've gotten so much better. Here comes a boost from the aforementioned, but off the head, I believe, of Sydney, perhaps it was. Doing some work there. And resetting out now, going to Knife Rich. Knife right down the lane and right up top. Just the same. It's 10 points going the way of Galaxy. Just creating the space that they wanted to and having the goalies dive out on them. Left the goal just exposed enough for the nice placement. All right, so Sydney rolling out here again, almost received by a teammate on the other end, but picked off by Furcar instead. Furcar going to Chucky. Chucky going to take a 2-on-1, dishes it to Knife Rich, and Knife just going to take that. Easy does it. I mean, set up very nicely by Chucky. And Chucky Joseph, one of those players, very important factor for Galaxy here in leading, or at least helping lead the way to the increased success of his team. Definitely filling that role as that captain figure and just a floor general of sorts. Really, a lot of good things happen when the disc gets to Chucky's hands. Now, that said, of course, having a lot of help from the teammates, Furcar, hot hand this round. Now onto this side of the floor, which has been kind of a rarity the last several minutes here, seeing if they can just get it right back, but instead Nightfish takes it back, just taps off the Geo, goes to the pack, so you can see the nice prepared pass already there. Furcar will dive in, but look at the save from Sydney. Right there from down under, not Australia, but that was a big save from Sydney, and just a nice grab to get the clear. The question is, can they get the boost? At the moment, you had 3 different players for Galaxy, all getting back into the blue zone and able to cover off their lanes and just get back on the offense now as they go for a very deep pass just above the reach, but coming right back to him like a yo-yo. So Knife Rich, tries to go, could not get it though, because Sydney, yet again, continuing to impress, but Furcar, he will not be stopped on those drives. It's another score for Furcar, 14 up. Now it looks like we did get a dropout here. Three 3-on-4, unfortunately, so we'll see. Not sure the situation there, if what the issue was, but they did not go for a reset, so that's a bit unfortunate on their end, but nonetheless, up here with 3 minutes remaining in the first round, Furcar going to take that disc and go on over to Chucky Joseph. So Chucky trying to make the most of maybe an open goal. Can it go? No, it does not. Still exposed, however, going to meet each other right there with some brawls perhaps, but instead a nice dunk in. Chucky Joseph, another assist, and Furcar happy to put that one home. So for those joining us here throughout the day, whether it was on this particular stream or some of the ones earlier, again, we have a lot of matches, of course. Ooh, what happened to my everything? Okay, well, so there's the rematch. I was a little bit confused for a second on what exactly happened there. But looks like now we got a restart and waiting the return of the player. But yeah, so for those who are joining us now, and are joining us throughout the day, or maybe just joining us for this season in VRML, and wondering about the streams and all that, because I know I've seen a lot of questions there, and definitely the goal from us is to stream as much as possible, as many teams, if not all the teams. I know just a personal goal of mine is to eventually stream all the teams that are active, at least, throughout this season. Not just once, but multiple times as well. So we'll try and do it. You're more likely, generally speaking, more likely to be streamed if you're filling up time slots that are not overlapping with a bunch of other games, which, goes to reason, but just to clarify. And beyond that as well, we're just, again, trying to feature as many as possible across the channels. We got around 20 casters. I know yesterday we had 7 or 8 casters stopping in. We saw the return of Rox Titan and Dash from Pizza League. Dash also casted in preseason and Season 1 a bit and making a return here. But yeah, it's good to see the activity. We also had Swift and Sputnik casting. Obviously, we had CaptainCanada today. We had Kung as well yesterday. So a lot of people coming on through to contribute to the efforts. But yes, so for the teams wondering, if and when they'll be streamed, just keep that in mind. We'll try and prioritize it to get every team featuring on one of the channels at least. And if you do schedule out a part, separate from other games, you're more and more likely, especially, to get a stream. So another tip, also, just based on what I'm doing right now, because it's a big feeling out process. So far, I'm trying not to stream more than 3 matches in a row. For reasons kind of like this, where you do have these unexpected delays because of tech issues or timeouts and what have you. So at least for the meantime, I'm trying not to stream more than 3 in a row and just basically have a 30-minute break in between. And then stream some more. But that's just kind of part of the learning experience from last season, where we had a lot of those 30-minute apart games, which were a little bit rough to plan around sometimes. So when you have delays and want to make it as convenient as possible for the players and not keep them too long. So that's the reasoning for that. Anyway, looks like we're getting the readies readied up. And let's see. Hi, Tony, again. You're hero. I don't know what I've done to deserve that, but I recommend changing those. I do nothing heroic. I just talk over a lot of games. I have fun. If nothing, Tony, you're my hero. It's always time for Tony time. But here we go, it's launch time. So the continuation of round 1, right down through the mid lane. Going to be taken here by Furcar. Furcar with teammate attached there. And just trying to go for that clear and potential boost. We weren't able to really get anything too fast, but Chucky Joseph will get there pretty fast. Dish it right off to Furcar. Furcar trying to duck below, but a nice punch coming right on through from the Heat Wave team, trying to heat up a little bit here after maybe freezing Galaxy. Unintentionally, of course, but with a timeout. Maybe this is just a good mental reset as we start heading into the last 2 minutes and into round 2. And that said, it's a 2 from Furcar, and he'll just get the 18th point. Why not? Mighty Quinn VR saying, nice job with the How dare you? I wasn't filling at all. What makes you think that? You're not supposed to... I'm sorry, I'm breaking the 4th wall now. No such thing as filler. Hi, stream. Over to the mid lane. It's going to be taken right back by Furcar, getting ready and prepared to potentially find that mercy with 2 more points here if Heatwave can't convert. Now that bounce will go pretty close to the goal, be taken here by Furcar. He has teammates all around him and just trying to train maybe a little bit of a joker, perhaps, but right there taken by Furcar, and he will eventually, no, not put it in, being punished for the minor toxicity, and that's kind of a double entendre if you think about it. But anyways, it's going to be taken right back by Knife Rich, and Knife Rich going for a Furcar right back on it, and looking to just back it out and back it all around with the time winding down. Hitting the teammate on the nest, but look at the save again from Sydney. The hands all over it on the defense for Heatwave. Definitely hot hands, at least inside the goal there. So very impressive. Meanwhile, Ron taking the disc. Ron Elite, that is. And looking for one more to the nest, but another grab. Albino Paper with the paper cuts all across Galaxy right now. But one more time, there's a persistence, and look at that drive and spin shot. And it's the win shot for this round. 20-0. All right, so the first round done there in Galaxy. This is the thing that is impressive about Galaxy, because I know for people tuning in here, watching this one and thinking Galaxy just had themselves a really, really strong game. This was a team, and again, not to call them out in any negative way whatsoever, but Galaxy was a team, who started season 1, down in the bronze ranks, and they didn't get their first win until 16 games in. They were 0-15, and then the last few weeks, they started really putting it together over the course of the season. Even in the middle of the season, some of the games that they lost, they were still very, very close, and you had third rounds, you had overtimes. But yeah, by the time we reached that last month of Season 1, Galaxy had won, I believe, 4 of their last 6 or 5 of their last 7, something like that, which was just a huge, huge turnaround when you think about it. So when you look at, again, teams like Heatwave, who are kind of maybe in a Galaxy position, the same position they were in at Season 1, where it's just, they're relatively speaking, comparatively speaking, newer to the league. But it's not really indicative of what the rest of the season could hold in store for them, especially when you factor in the MMR system and, after teams get their initial placement matches through and their MMRs even out. Usually by the week 2, week 3, you really start seeing super competitive games go to, third rounds, overtimes, and what have you. Pretty much all across the board, Master League to Bronze Division, Master Tier to Bronze Division. So some of my favorite matches last season were indeed in the Bronze Division, no lie. Just super gritty, competitive matches, and fun to watch the teams kind of rise to the ranks and break into silver and even gold in some cases, as right now it's going to be a shot narrowly missed there by Albino, so Chucky Joseph taking that over. But a nice job, at least from Heatwave, to get started in round 2 the way they wanted, with a good clean shot attempt, and so hopefully something to build on for them here. Now that said, being assaulted at the goal and trying for the save will actually be dunked in by Furcar, so continuing his streak of points. And what are you linking there? xxxxxxx.com? That's worrisome. Anyway, over here, it's going to be Sydney rolling out with a disc. Going to be stolen, but right back again. It'll take in here. Nice steal. Neon Phoenix. Like the name, if nothing else, because I live in or around Phoenix anyways, Arizona that is. Which isn't inherently a good thing. I am boiling after all. My AC is off because I don't want it to blow into the mic for the stream. So that's a sacrifice that I make here. But that's okay. Some heat stroke. Now against Heat Wave, going to be scored on Furcar yet again. Feel like it's deja vu on top of deja vu. Deja vu. The time. Oh no, the time. That is also true. The time was not set correctly because of the restart, which is unfortunate. Timeout button. I beg. But until the timeout button comes, I'm unfortunately at the mercy of this incorrect clock. And at the mercy of the Twitch chat now, as they no doubt berate me I'm just kidding. But alright, so clock winding down, sort of, on this round. Second round, of course. They'll have... I'm not sure what the clock was actually at now. But yes, that's one of the unfortunate factors that kind of throws a lot of teams off, even at the very top tiers. When you do restart a match because of a tech issue sometimes, there is no timeout button right now, unfortunately. So therefore, when the next round does start, it'll actually start from the last set time, which is to say, I don't know, 3 minutes left or so from what it was. So we'll have to see where that one goes. Hands are a bit full to be managing this, but I will try. So give me one moment of mostly silence, which I hate doing for the stream, but I'm going to try and check the VOD real quick for them and see. Oh, no, okay, they put 7. Fine with me. They agree on that. Less work on my end, and we all know how lazy I am. So, okay, back into it soon enough, I think. 4 points going Galaxy's way. 7:30 still on the clock. And we're going to be ready to launch off soon again. Now, for those who are tuned in and are wondering what we have up next in the near future, which is also what next means, so there's more filler for you. And yet again, we have... see, Invictus and Ambush. So that's actually being streamed, I believe, right now by SirDimwi on channel 2. Over on this channel, however, we've got 4 Angie Men versus Absolute Unit. Gotta love those names. Now, provided the next match, that is Angie versus Absolute Unit, that if that ends on time, then we'll also try and stream Space Monkeys versus Resolute at 9:30 Eastern Time, which is in about 36 minutes from now. But that's only if the next match does end in time, so I wasn't able to really make guarantees, unfortunately. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. But provided, with or without that one, at the top of the next hour, which is to say at 10 o'clock Eastern Time, we do have a anticipated matchup, a stream debut, I do believe, of Redshift and Anomaly, both getting some featuring tonight. So that's going to be a pretty hype match to watch, I think, and well, we'll see how that one goes. But alright, so we're back into it. Not too much time off the clock, all things considered. And back we go. Someone saying, join you in flag, great weather. Oh, if only. I've been locked down though for, well, longer than 2020 to be quite honest, but yeah, I bet the weather is nice up there. But over here, trying to find some fair weather and get some momentum at that is going to be Heatwave. Kind of facing a cold wave on the offensive end. They have had some nice defense. They're getting it onto the Galaxy side of the floor a lot more often. Like right here, they're doing a really nice job. There's a Neon Phoenix with a disc and just looking for their options, but just trying to evade the goalie, maybe place it right on the feet, but unable to convert on that shot. But still, nice job by Heatwave to work it up the floor, cause some turnovers, in addition to the saves earlier as well. So I think momentum still looking pretty nice for Heatwave in comparison to what it was. I mean, they're really holding down the fort, if you will. And see if they can get something on the board here as a clear does go out. Actually, maybe a shot attempt even right down the middle, just a bit too high, will be taken instead here by Knife Rich. Now, Knife Rich has Chucky Joseph at the feet, just hitched right on. And there's Chucky, speaking of, getting a boost off and maybe going to meet the disc, but instead, Albino Paper takes it away. And over at the bow tie, diving off of it, Furcar actually now at Pac-Man gets a disc, looks just behind him for the defense, and realizing he has all the time, all the space, and he puts it right in the perfect place. Furcar 16, 6 points for Galaxy here. All right, so moving on to this one, and then I did, by the way, see the rap request somewhere up above. Maybe one of these days at the end of streams, but I don't know. I'll make that like a channel points reward, something like that. Right there, though, Furcar's gonna be rewarded with another goal. He has just been a unstoppable force of nature in this game. Granted, the restarts, I can't give you the exact stats for him right now, but courtesy of Ignite's stat tracker, it should be showing in the between round scenes. But in this round alone, I mean, he has at least 5 points, if not more. So he's just having himself a great match here and great stream debut in Season 2. You know, showing that progression of Galaxy. Meanwhile, though, the progression here of Heatwave trying to still find their first goal, but unfortunately capped off right there. Pressured by the defense and couldn't convert. So, really, this time around, as a shot does barely miss again here. I mean, Heatwave's getting a lot of great looks and great attempts, much more than round 1. But, end of the day, it's Galaxy going to drive in. Look at the windmill as well, just right underneath and just kind of swung it around for that goal. Knife Rich. Very nice move. Oh no, Nightbot being unfair again, I think. That's unfortunate. Well, you can berate Nightbot if you do wish. But nonetheless, Chucky Joseph, he has the disc right back. He has an open 3. Will he make it? No, but the rebound just off at Will Seam. So couldn't get that one either into the tunnel. There's 3:47 remaining here in this round. Second round as well. Now Neon Phoenix has a drive attempt, just checking right behind to make sure they have the time. And there is the Diamonds, 2 points. Going the way of Neon Phoenix and Heatwave. Some nice drive and keep it alive here in this desert heat. Or something. All right, so oh yeah, by the by, now I feel bad because we had Captain Canada on the cast. Didn't even wish him Happy Canada Day. Shame, shame, shame. My excuse is that I was on the cam silent, so I'll just shift blame to Dimwi on that one. But that said, shifting in for another goal, it's for Car shifting gears because Car. All right, so 2:56 remaining here in the second round. Oh, only Schlartz. I mean, okay. Yes, Schlart team I think is playing at some point tonight. Unfortunately, don't believe we're going to be able to get it casted, but as I said, we're going to get as many teams stream time as we can over the days and the weeks, rest assured. And over here now, taken back off the rebound, yet maybe another attempt, but no, swooping in its Furcar. Some leeches coming through, and Neon Phoenix, a good job with the mobility and the speed to get there first, and just try and hand off a pass somewhere to a teammate, but it will instead sail here to the deep end once more. Now, breaking away for an open goal, it's going to be a walk-in from Furcar. So 15 points going Galaxy's way. And 100 bits going mine from Milliam Platypi Gang. Well, thank you. Thank you very much for the bits and the follows as well. Suppose I should be shouting those out a little bit more than we typically do. So, see Chloe and Switch Kids, Chris Boy, Krusty Cat, and one Boosty Boy on that note. Really? All this time. That's what took you to follow. Huh. I see how it is. Well, thanks for the follow. As we go for Heatwave goes for another attempt at the goal, but just going to be stolen out there and dished into the midfield. Chucky Joseph first here on the recovery, taking a bouncer. Will just bounce right back to him instead. Now Furcar getting the disc. Another deep attempt off the side wall. Everyone unfollow. No, don't do that. And over here to Knife Rich, taking the disc. One more attempt, maybe? No. Less than a minute left, 15-2. Galaxy really stamping their names all across the field here. Offense and defense and what have you, showing, again, their great progression and why they're a team to definitely be reckoned with in this season. One more shot attempt is going to go in there for Furcar. And he finds a way for the 18th point. But it's been really just an endless barrage from that man himself. 16 points. Echo Tamine, the freak, game dev. How many of you are just re-following? You're abusing the goodwill of my shoutouts. How dare thee? 15 seconds left. Now one more shot from Knife Rich, and that will conclude this game in the second round. So congratulations to Galaxy here, the 20-point to 2 victory and the sweep overall for Heat Wave. Obviously not the start that they wanted here on stream, but as I mentioned earlier, really there's a lot of good takeaways. Second round they did a much better job on defense and getting it to the blue side of the floor for some, shot attempts. And it'll just be one of those cases where, again, as they get more matches under their belt, especially over the first 2 weeks, and once you actually allow the MMR system to develop, the matchups will even out. I do have faith, as they always do. And, by a few weeks in, you'll be looking at some really great games. And, of course, that's not to say we haven't had some great games here. Because we have. There's been several round 3s. We've had a few overtimes in the streams. So, there's still a lot of stuff. A lot of great highlights. And still some more to come because, yeah, we have, let's see, starting 3 minutes ago, so I better go here. There's your stats. Give you a look at them. And, oh my, Furcar. Now, this is including, again, the restart, so courtesy of Ignite's bot there. But Furcar with 30 points. Now that, at least as far as streams are concerned, I'm pretty sure that's the highest scoring individual effort from a player, especially in 2 rounds. If that's the case, that's actually pretty ridiculous. But nonetheless, there's your stats. We're going to go and divert for a very brief intermission and get into the next match, which is, to say, going to be for Engie Man and Absolute Unit. So join us right around the bend. All right, hello, welcome back again. We're back here in the match, in the next match. That is to say, we've got ourselves Absolute Unit versus 4 Engie Men. Oh my. Gotta love the names. and I'm about ready to get familiar with who exactly these guys are, what they're all about, what they're capable of. We can already hear a lot of communication coming through, if nothing else. So at minimum, I'm looking for a chatty stream. I'm looking for a really good debut for these two teams on stream. So let's see what happens and where this goes as a Sir Waffles. Is that a SirDimwi's alt account? Who knows? Either or, though, gets the disc off there, and it'll just be lost around the mid area. Getting a little bit of that static, so I just may very well mute that for the moment, but nonetheless, it'll be a dragon with a disc, and having it stolen there, taken by Speedbird. Now, it seems like they started 3v4 for some reason, or unless I'm crazy here. I did see that there were 8 players just before they readied, just before we went live on the stream anyway, so that's interesting, but nonetheless, we'll be over here, going to the bottom, and right back bouncing to Sir Waffles, and he takes the shot. And that's a good hit from Sir Waffles. Pressing it, Waffle pressing it, in fact, into the goal. Lolo saying it's actually Angie. I did say Angie. If I didn't say Angie, then I'm going to get Angie. For Angie Men. And absolute units. Alright, so Office Joust taken here by Lone Leak. More food names, and so I saw the 4th had rejoined momentarily, but now it's gone again, and there they are again, so very much in and out, phasing out of existence, but trying to phase in for a goal, taking it back, but back again. A nice one by Lone Leak, and Lone trying to leak it out the tube on the right side. Unable to do so, however, as a pass goes on, actually pretty nicely there, taking the shot a little bit too low, and recovered there by Dune, who goes for that clear now, will just bounce into the top pocket here. And trying to capitalize now, maybe for some brawls, actually, will be taken right back by Jesus Horse. Oh my, so Horse with a disc. Maybe it's Jesus Horse, I'm not sure. But either or, Horse going for the clear. Right into the corner wall, so it could have been a shot for that matter. Anytime you aim for those corner panels just on the outside of the bubble, it gives you a decent chance at actually making a goal. Now that said, hitting the corner panel a little bit unintentionally perhaps that time, just a narrow miss as Waffles will take the disc right back, but going into the midst here, right back and to the corner panel again. So a little bit everywhere for the moment as it gets tapped out. And Dude Diddy. Oh man, that's talk about tongue twisters and raps, can make one out of his name just alone by itself. Again, redundant, but whatever. All right, so on the recovery, taken down by the pocket. A big pileup about to form up, possibly. You can see, what, 6 different players, 7 maybe, all in the tunnel. Having a little bit of trouble just getting it clear through as Horse with a fling into the bottom side of the ramp. Now up high, it'll be taken here and slapped right on through, coming back towards their team. And off again it goes. Now, reminder to you guys, if you want to be streamed in the future, be nice to your fellow teams, yeah? Yeah. We feature everyone here in VRML. It's a league for everyone, not just for the elite. Keep that in mind as we go down for a recovery of just above the goal. Dragon taking the disc. Now, over on the other end, it'll be Speedbird taking it. And a Horse going for a pass right up high, being recovered by Dune. Dune trying to back it out now to the cutter. Speedbird, though, having it stolen, though, by the wing span. And now right down the span of the floor, looking for those re-grabs, and they do so quite successfully so. They're going to be right outside the bubble and will not be able to get it, a little bit of an overshoot. So instead, absolute units right back to the mid lane, but taken back again here, this time by Trivial Spore. Nothing trivial about that grab. So Trivial Spore taking it over, but losing it just briefly and going over to a Diddy. I will. Diddy trying to find that pass, unable to do so. A Dragon coming in with some Dragon Force, maybe. Looking to create some music, unable to do so. So Dune with a teammate attached. There's Horse on the back, so maybe riding the horse, but kind of the opposite way because it's a horse riding the teammate instead. How does that work? Who knows? Sir Waffles with the recovery. Needs to evade the defense there. And Trivial Spore recovering up at the top ramp, but some good pressure coming in from Absolute Unit as it goes over here towards the side wall and back over to the midst of Diddy. So on that rebounded recovery, just ding a tough angle. He was sailing past in the momentum of his body just on that throw, dragged it past. But on the second putback there, it's Diddy getting the goal, and there's 4 points for Angie, man. A lot of 4s. And a lot of 4s. So, 5 minutes left, a little bit under in this first round, and out they go on the launch, taken here by Dune, but Dune having it grabbed by Dragon. Definitely not dragging his feet on the defense, couldn't convert on the shot, however, but Diddy right back. Is he going to do it again for another putback? No, couldn't get the goal, almost, but a bit of spinning there, just maybe enough to confuse and to daze and dazzle. As much as those inverted moves kind of confuse some teams, or some defenses, definitely one of those things where, as an offensive player, if you're not used to it, it could really throw you for a loop as well. I know I've tried it a little bit in the past, and it's just one of those things that are not quite in my my natural skill set. I think it's definitely one of those skills that need developing, and I never did. And to be fair, I think most players actually don't. But you might get one player on every team who does some of that from time to time. Up here, Lone League just trying to slap it out before the defense comes in for the brawls. Diddy will get the recovery, lining it up from just down low and recovered here by Lone League, the bottom of the floor. Now going for that pass out, or clear out rather, towards the tunnel. And will be taken back now by Dragon. So Dragon looking for another one, but slap passes actually. That was a nice one from Lone League, trying to get some grabs on, trying to get some shots on. Will be off the side, up the top now, and taken by Dragon right back. So looking for those clears, nonetheless, and will be Trivial Spore going hot up top for a intercept by a Lone League. Now you can see the teammates for Lone League kind of leaking out, but a recovery. Nice job by Dragon, actually really denying what would otherwise have been maybe a good reception there with the brawls, however. So keeping it on this side of the floor, though, will be Dune driving on in, but no room for Dune. It's Do with a grab, and that's what he'd do. How'd you like that, Diddy? Over to the tunnel, though. It'll be taken right back by Speedbird with a little bit of speed and trying to go for the deep clear, but again, only into the hands of the awaiting players and the goal. Dragon getting a clear now. Now as it goes over to the bow tie, and the team's kind of tying up each other, going for a grab here, it's Dragon. And Dragon just trying to go for maybe a pass. Now it was almost a good recovery there off that ramp. But Dune still yet will have the disc, and we'll just be able to work this up. A good soft one over to Horse. And taking a deep shot off the top, and couldn't get that one to drop either. So up to the top wall here on the wedge. Dune will retain it. You can see the spacing here. Horse was on the other end. They have the backliner as well. So I like the positioning from Absolute Unit. At the very least, it will get them the goal, in fact. It's Dune, assisted by Lone League. So that was a very nice series of moves there from Absolute Unit, even on the initial passes, which weren't through because they were positioned appropriately with the backliner, near that midfield area. And they had one at the barrier, one on left side. So it really gave them some good opportunity to leak out for those secondary attempts, which did, in fact, get them the goal. So yeah, I love to see that kind of positioning, and that's what definitely they need to do more of if they want to score some more here. So very nicely done. There it goes again. So another turnover, and it's going to lead to maybe a goal. A little bit too high there. Couldn't find the touch, but like you can see there from Absolute Unit, they're just doing a nice job to space out and really cause some trouble defensively. So Dune with the disc over at Bowtie, going to make his way through and try to evade the defense there. Some brawls going on. And again, apologies for these slightly awkward cams, because the free cams, for one reason or another, were not working for me today. Or, well, not for the last couple streams anyways. It went and up and died, and it is what it is. So, working with what I got, with what we got. And what we've got is 1 minute left on the clock. Trying to dive beneath and into the wedge area where it's taken by Lone League. Flinging it towards the barrier area. Maybe aware that Horse was in the general vicinity, but couldn't quite get the grab. Instead, Dune coming on through. Going to pass it off to Speedbird and taking a shot there, but the goalie will save that without too much trouble. Dragon trying to get it through there. And now if they can just find their stacks, they might have an opportune time to pull ahead by just a little bit more with 34 seconds left. I mean, one more score should do it here regardless. And there it is from Trivial Spore. Right through the door. Not the Pally one, but the goal. And it's 6-2, and that may very well end this round. So, 4 angry men in this first round here. It's 6-2. Lower scoring game, a lot of back and forth between these teams trying to find their bearings. And instead, bearing down for one more to end the round. 8-2. And that was from Dragon. Swooping in and like it was nothing right at the Dragon's nest for the shot. How about that? All right, well, 8-2, and that's the first round victory once more. We did indeed get that one last shot. All right, so stats-wise, really just a dominant effort in terms of just the shots taken there, and really possession time, actually, to my surprise, pretty even. But yeah, it will be 50% apiece, right? 345 to 346, so kind of half and half. But we have 10 shots taken by 4 Engie men to only 7 by Absolute Unit. So the assists all even up there, but the saves, the defense there from 4 Engie men got 6-3. And doing a nice job there. You do like to see as well just the fact that for the 4 Engie men, they have everyone on the scoreboard. 2 apiece for Duda Diddy, Trivial Spore, Dragon, and Sir Waffles. So everyone contributing some on that end. And just the same, every one of their players at least with 1 save. And 3 out of their 4 with 1 steal. So a good effort on that end, and just really collectively as a team finding their success. For Absolute Unit, it was 2 points there for Dune to go with 24 stuns, which is the game high. Lone Leak with 1 assist there. Speedbird with a couple steals. And Horse, Jesus Horse, with the 2 saves and 2 stuns as we get ready to start this second round here. And again, we have at least a couple more matches on the way, so stay tuned for those in this stream. Depending on when this one ends, we'll see if we do have that stream at the 30-minute mark or not of this hour. So not positive on that quite yet. If it doesn't end in this round, we may be able to do that. But otherwise, we still have at least a few more games starting again at the top of the hour. As, oh, good rebound, but look at the steal there. Taking it out was Trivial Sports. That was almost a very fortunate roll into the hands of the Absolute Unit players. But credit to 4 Engie men, they were able to stop that one and defend it. Just again, but right back, Lone Leak looking bottom and bottoms up for the re-grab. One more shot, but taken out by Diddy once again. More saves. 4 saves for Engie men. Now some good short-range leech moves there coming on. And on the clear, sailing towards the wedge, but again, that back liner. Now we've seen some of these teams throughout the week, and some of these newer teams definitely opting for the far back goalie route. And when that is the case, you got to be careful with those clears down center. The big thing about that is if you know that the team has kind of a perma goalie of sorts, you'd want to, if you're going to go for a clear, make sure you go off the walls, go off the sides, go off the geos. But if you just send one straight down the middle, oftentimes it's just going to result in those instances where that perma goalie is able to save it right out and get the disc right back for their team. Now, of course, I think generally speaking, as you go up the ranks and you watch some of the more advanced teams, they do opt to send out more of midfielders at the very most, essentially. Not a lot of perma goalie play. Not to say though that teams can't figure that out and find their metas, as that one almost sails right past. But yeah, just generally speaking, having those midfielders, bringing them out of goal and at least into the midfield or the bow tie area definitely buys a lot of advantages for an offense. It gives them an option to reset the disc and back it out if things get too clustered and frantic. It gives them more options just when they're driving in. If you have 3 to 4 players all driving in on the bubble at once, all the more passing options you have for those scores. So that's definitely something over time that you'll see integrated more and more into teams and into games, especially as you watch these top-tier matches unfold on the VRML streams. And, we've seen some great ones as well earlier on. We had Synapse and Illuminati putting on a strong performance. And over there, strong performance by Diddy on another grab. Of course, we had a Wireless Jackson Instinct yesterday, which was also a very, very fun one to watch. And over on the other end now, going to be received by the wedge to Horse. So, see YouTube saying, call it the Gamer Boy, aka the Blenders. Yeah, well, to be fair, that worked very, very well for them, just like Speedbird working very, very well for the shots. There's the first couple points of this round. Going the way of the bird. It's the year of the bird. All right, so 6:33 left in this round. An absolute unit converting there on that first score. Be Trivial Spore straight down the middle, and Speed Bird with the retrieval. I really do wish I had my free cams as well. It'd be a lot easier to distinguish certain things, but nonetheless, trying here as Lone Leak. Oh, trying to get the goal, just pass for the three-pointer, but recovery and another save by who else? It's once again Diddy. And Diddy with some dirty money there. Once more saving the goal, and that's at least, what, the third time perhaps? Not even more. He's had a few of them. So doing good job inside the bubble for his team to definitely just stave off some extra points. And with 5 minutes remaining here in this one, and if any indication was left by that last round as well, going to be maybe a lower scoring attempt this time, a lower scoring second round. So if that is the case, every one of those saves are actually going to be pretty vital to the overall results. Now, Horse will take the disc. And look for an open goal, maybe. Couldn't quite convert on that one, but up high. Good positioning there from the sky, but again, it's Diddy. So forcing that pass or that shot right down the middle will get the clear instead. Tough to take those on the goalie, so instead, just going to roll over to the opposite side, bouncing off the wall, and up high again. Now taken here by Speedbird. Speedbird looking for a tunnel, and instead, Dragon will take that over, looking up high, and will sail past the hands here. So another one of those kind of strats too that you do see, and I've actually been super impressed from the teams that we streamed this week in how fast they're kind of adopting some of those metas where, you know, they do leave the back line or the midfielder. They do have someone at bow tie. They cover every lane position wise. You know, immediately when you get those receptions off of those clears, they already know where to put it. And right there, off a great boost, in fact, it's Dune. Does it again, finding some room, and that's 4 points. So pulling away a little bit more here for Absolute Unit, but still a bit of time to expend. 4 minutes, in fact. And I could be looking at ourselves, maybe, just maybe that third round, depending on how the rest of this unfolds. Of course, that first round did end 8-2. This one currently 4-0, so you never know where it's going to go. But on that note, up by the top pocket, taken over here by Diddy, getting their player right back. Notice they dropped out a minute ago, but not opting for the restart, and at least thus far not paying for it too much. But yeah, if they can't make a bit of a comeback here on offense, could be looking at that third round indeed. YouTube, stop what you're doing. Assuming that's mine, and even if it's not, you worry me. I can too make you. Just because I won't doesn't mean I can't. Of course, knowing my luck, just like the whole name change thing, it might just backfire a little bit. I don't know if you caught the beginning of that cast of yours with Synapse and sorry, Illuminati, but yeah. Things backfire sometimes, yeah? But trying to fire on the goal again. Look at that lone leak. So this is a much nicer round here for Absolute Unit on the offensive end. Foreign man and Diddy was, doing a great job at the defense and saving a lot of those goals, but at the end of the day, not able to stop this comeback round from Absolute Unit. Just doing some work for sure. And Ender Chicken in there. Saying, guessing can't cast yours. Unfortunately, looks like not. I'm assuming you were the prospective next match. Now hold that thought as Dragon. He's gonna hold the shots. Gets the 2-pointer. 2.5 remaining. But yes, so I assume you were the next potential match. Space Monkeys and Resolute. Yeah, so this match, if it goes to the third round, won't be able to cast yours, unfortunately, and I do apologize for that. But as I said, I do promise that will get you both your teams streamed. If not today, another day, rest assured. Or my name is not Palidore. And sometimes it isn't. But most times it is. So don't worry. Less than 2 minutes left. 6-2 Absolute Units up by the 4 points, trying to force this third round. Lolo's saying, "My TikToks scare you?" Thanks or not. Not sure. Some of them, maybe I was going for the scare. Some of them, maybe they were sincere. Maybe you just hurt my feelings. Who knows? Over here, though, we're going to be tapped right back out into the bubble. Still the backline goalie there, Diddy, taking it away. And looking to make the plays. So taking over in the tunnel here, it's going to be a bit of a pile-up forming. A Trivial Spore, 777, maybe true to the name, looking for the luck, and they get the shot just dinging off, so the luck a little bit bad on that one. Unfortunately, it was a very good look and just nearly in, but if they can get a rebound here, they'll still be maybe in good position. You can see Dragon kind of hiding behind that Geo to just position out and maybe, you know, bait out that clear, but wasn't able to get a grab on that whatsoever. So instead, with less than a minute left and maybe an open goal about to be conceded, up from the shoulder and on over Dune. Another score, and it's 8-2. I do too have feelings, Lolo, and you've hurt mine about 2 out of 3 days of week 1. It cuts deep. Cuts deep. All right, anyway. Diddy. Looking for the pass, and that was a pretty delivery, but a second pass there in the line wasn't able to get on to the intended target. So with the clock winding down and 8-2 on the scoreboard, looks like maybe one more chance at a heave, but either or, it will still be a round 2 ending here in favor of Absolute Unit, which does mean we're getting ourselves that third round as my game is just bugging a little bit for some reason. Anyway, all right, 8-2, and third round it goes. Give me just a moment to recompose. You like that prose? I'm a pro rhymer. That's right, do it all the timer. Anyway, there's your brief rap. 8-2. All right, so there we go. We got third round coming and kind of an inverse of the two scores. Look at that, 2-8 in round 1, 8-2 in round 2. So head to head, just exchanging punch for punch, figuratively speaking, or maybe literally too. But just the same, we're going to that third round here off a very nice return from Absolute Units. Dune, 6 points. Very strong effort across these 2 rounds. Got himself 43 stuns, which is far and ahead of anyone else in the match. That is a lot of punches in just a couple rounds there. You have Horse with 3 saves, 8 stuns. We have Lone Leak with 2 points, 2 assists, as well as a save, 2 steals and 5 stuns. We have a Speedbird with 15 stuns to go along with those 2 steals and 2 points. Over on the other side, it's 4 points for Dragon, 2 for Diddy, Waffles with 2, and Trivial Spore with a steal and a stun. And we're going for one more round, that is, here in this matchup between Absolute Unit and 4 Angry Men. So get ready to get set. Let's go. All right, so taking it away here, Lone Leak 2, 3, 4, right down the floor. And maybe bouncing in close to that goal for a shot. See if the momentum will still remain in the side. It looks like it will be of Absolute Unit. They've been doing a great job. The last 10+ minutes now, ever since round 2, really starting to pull it together and show their stuff. YouTube asking, is casting good rap practice or is rap good casting practice? Well, could be maybe both. I don't know. I would like to think it's rap helps the casting more so because, it's a very concentrated practice. You're very specifically trying to find different words, different rhythms, different flows and stuff, and trying to, improv your way through a rap or whatever. But, yeah. Now, don't make any mistake if you're watching those TikToks. Prior to the last several months, I have never rapped in my life. I don't care to become a rapper. It's legitimately just casting practice. If you've practiced written raps that are fast, Rap God and what have you, that's good for not being all tongue-tied on the stream. Good for just the speaking end of things and not getting too lost. If you're focusing on freestyle rap, it's great for play-by-play commentary because you can always come up with new things to say at the, just at a moment's notice, and you can find different avenues to rhyme or to pun or whatever. But that's the thing. You hear a word, you associate it with something else, boom, casting. See, it's magic. But now back to the game. It's a Diddy with a clear to the other side of the wedge here. Going to be taken off the wall eventually by Sir Waffles. He's going to go a little bit extendo, so fantastic forearm for Angry Men. Sorry, Angie Men. Up top now, off the backboard area, top of the backboard area that is. It will be Dune taking it away, just trying to look for an avenue, making the play, and down the tunnel it will go. Looking like a recovery maybe by the wedge, and Speed, losing his hand as well, kind of spinning around like, once again, a yo-yo, but it's just going to go to the other side of the wall, where it will be tapped right back out through the tunnel, and maybe a little bit of trouble because there goes for Angry Men all up in there to just pile up upon the players there for Absolute Unit. Now, that said, they do get a deep clear, throwing it into the other side. The bubble recovery, but slapping it out there, Absolute Unit once again. Now, over here, we'll go over to Speedbird and taking a deep shot, but recovered by Dragon. And Dragon trying to make it happen, couldn't do so either. Now, over to the other side of the tunnel, and lower V, extendo, yes, it's an actual phrase, I promise you. Extendo arm is usually what people call it, but it happens from time to time. Now over here will be taken by Lone Leak, and Lone Leak trying to get over to the nest, but that's a nice cutoff by Diddy again, so even when he's not in the goal directly, still cutting off the nest pass with some good efficiency and just efficacy, and really just showing his stuff on the defensive end, kind of those good instincts that are really hard to teach sometimes to a defensive player, just things like positioning and where you need to be, but needing to be right there on the goal, trying to go for the walk-in trivial score and a trivial pursuit to tie it up here at 2. So I was saying, I just want your attention. I know, isn't that the point of... I don't know what to do with you. Sometimes I think, oh look, a great supporter of the stream, such a frequent talker, and then other times you just hurt my feelings 3 times in a row, and then I don't want to talk to you anymore. But look at the score, coming in from Lone Leak, and not looking too lonely on that addition. And I'm just kidding. Alright, so, do I have experience casting and other stuff? No. Not the case. In fact, if you told me, I don't know, a mere 13 months ago, but basically I only started casting for Pizza League and Echo Arena, which was our community-run, kind of for fun league in between seasons of ESL and what have you. And we put that league together, got our own community casters and whatnot, and that's where it really started. But if you told me more than like a year ago that I would have ever been in any kind of talking role or whatever, that would not have been very likely to be believed by myself. But as with VRML and as with everything else, you know, everyone who participates and contributes here, we're all volunteers. We all love Echo Arena. We all got our start in Echo Arena, and we learn and teach each other along the way as that shot goes along the way and is taken out by Lone Leak with the defense right at the feet. But back, getting rid of it and into the wedge where it's slapped out again. Do I think Echo is going to go into an esport like League or StarCraft? Absolutely. Legitimately, and I said this a lot of times, is the shot just going to be out of the hands. But my first thought from Echo Arena in the beta, June 2017, first 5 minutes of beta, played my first game, came out of it, the thought was exactly that this was going to be a big thing, this was going to go somewhere. Every step along the way, I've not been proven wrong on that so far. I mean, we've even seen recently, obviously, with the Facebook acquisition of Ready at Dawn, specifically for Echo Games. And right there, a good shot save from Lone Leak, so some great defense. But yeah, we've seen so many good indications and so much good growth. It's not really a coincidence that Echo Arena, after 3 years, and after all things considered, minimal changes, and I don't say that in a bad way whatsoever, because it's a sport, you know, and sports are standardized a certain way, so there have been some alterations, but all in all, you know, it's orange versus blue. It's like a basketball game, it's like a football game, or what have you. It doesn't need to change significantly, but there's a reason why it's stayed alive more than any, you know, other game in the multiplayer scene, pretty much. I mean, right up there with Onward as well, but you know, there's not a lot of games like Echo that not only sustain but continue to grow as they do, and it's by design. Whether Rad knew it at the time or not when it first released. But for me, I felt it was going to be that way. So, yes, indeed. Anyway, on to that clear. Going up here to the top ceiling, and the lone recovery by Speedbird. Gonna go in for the shot. Nicely done. 6-2. So after 2.5 minutes of some back and forth jostling and brawling, they find themselves here at the 4-point advantage with 3 remaining. And over here, we'll go to Diddy, going for that rollout. Couldn't quite collect the disc, unfortunately, so top of the backboard taken back by Dune. But yes, and you know, there's a lot of other stuff coming along the way real soon that you might be hearing about, but there's a lot of growth opportunity for, I think, Echo Arena, for VRML, for VR esports as a whole, or VR sports, as Dimwi likes to say, but, you know, for the sake of ease, VR esports, and that's going to really anger SirDimwi. But yes, I do agree, though, obviously. I'm a big proponent of the fact that more than any game, including Rocket League, although there are obviously similarities, Echo Arena is more like a sport than any other video game in history, simply because, as that pass goes through, the fact that, hold that thought, there's a shot. Lone Leak, 2, 3, 4, gets a couple more for that score. And it's 8-2 with 2 left. But yes, so as I was saying, though, purely because of the fact that Echo is so physical, I mean, your physical attributes, they matter. You know, your wingspan, your reach, your height, all those things factor in to how you play. Very few things in this game are gamey in the sense that you're not pressing buttons to do a lot of functions. The closest comparison there is maybe the boosters on your control sticks, but other than that, I mean, your grabs, your boosts, your re-grabs, your stacks, your shot saves, your dunks, etc., etc. That's all what you're doing in real life, and you can read that on the body language, and reading that perfectly was Horus for a slap shot. No hesitation whatsoever. That was beautiful. 10 points and really starting to pull away here late is Absolute Unit. So looking to complete the reverse sweep. How about that? All right, so launching out Diddy, going for a clear right down the middle lane, and off the bottom ramp, almost collecting the disc here. Going to be taken in a hurry, but instead going to be a interception that is, by Diddy. Now Diddy approaching that front line, spinning, and this time, look at that. Got the inversion, the conversion, and they're up now. A couple more points. It might be late, but you know what? It's still a nice goal to get there. Confidence boost and highlight reel worthy for sure. So really strong comeback for sure. And yeah, apologies too if I'm talking too much in general. It's a tough balance because one of the things I feel really bad about the last few days is just the fact that I've really ignored chat quite a bit compared to how I'm used to. And I think that's a nice part about these streams because look, we're 10 weeks of gameplay, more like 13 or so if you count the week 0 and the preseason and the postseason. So it's a lot of matches, you know. I think the nice thing about being a community-ran league, a volunteer-ran league and stuff among passionate players is the fact that we do have the ability and the leisure of being able to actually chat with our, Twitch chat, unlike other esports or what have you, where it's just very, maintaining a balance between professionalism but still communal is kind of what the goal is with a lot of these streams, and that's kind of the mentality there. Of course, if you don't want me to talk to you anymore, Lolo, I won't, but to everyone else, I sure will. Nonetheless, 10-4, it's going to end this round here and end the game, and congrats to Absolute Unit for really an impressive comeback. It's very, very easy early on, to get discouraged if it doesn't go your way the first round, and mental game, as anyone who's played Echo Arena or any sport knows, it's all about rhythm and just kind of keeping the good feels together, which is very tough to do at times, So the fact that you're able to complete a reverse sweep, not be discouraged, it's a very encouraging thing for Absolute Units. Meanwhile, for 4 Engie Men, they did a great job as well. I mean, they definitely showed some good tenacity. The defense was right there. They were really, just doing a lot of great things. Couldn't really recollect themselves the same way that Absolute Unit did, though, and keep that steady gameplay. And as I said with sports, that's just the rhythm of things. They'll go back and forth, and 1 minute a team will look like they're dominating and about to blow the other team out, and then the next minute, the next round, I don't know how many times we've seen it. It goes the complete opposite way. You know, got to shout out the team called There Is No Team, Team Tint from last season, because they were legitimately the reverse sweep kings. They had maybe 5, 6 different matches there where they would just lose the first round, and oftentimes by double digits, quite frankly. And yet in rounds 2 and 3, they would come back with a great mentality and win. And that's really encouraging thing to see from teams, without a doubt. But yeah, good effort all around and good game from these two teams. On the stream here, we're going to take, I think, a brief intermission. We have about 18 minutes till the next match. So, yeah, we'll probably end this stream, take a brief little break, and then come back alive really soon with Anomaly versus Redshift. And that's going to be two very interesting teams to get a look at. Some familiar names in place there. Anomaly, just reading off their roster real quick, we have -0, Akon, Chocolate, Sweet Tooth, Moonface, and Whoosh. So some familiar faces there. And for Redshift, we have Sputnik Cobra, I believe more so a kind of captain manager role of sorts, but Sputnik Cobra on that roster, along with C. Jason, JL Graham, aka Jiggy, who, quick reminder on that note, needs to change his name on the VRML site to Jiggy. But we have Zux, Citizen, and Supreme Buns. There we go. So nice to see some familiar faces coming up soon and what is bound to be a pretty fun match, and be aware of that. So until about 20 minutes or a little bit less, I've been Palidore, this has been VRML, and this has been a fun stream, a few games chained together. We'll be back real soon, but until then, be happy, be healthy, be safe, be good to each other. Bye.